What is up, Autocons and Deceptibots? Deceptibot9 here, back with another Transformer ranking video. And as you can tell by the title, this is going to be a big one. This is a ranking of all the Kingdom figures, Wave 1 and 2, pretty much almost. From least favorite to most favorite. The couple exceptions are no Optimus Prime, because he is a leader class in Earthrise, and I already got that version, so he's Earthrise. We're not counting him. Same thing with RC, Deluxe RC. She's over here too. She's a repack for Kingdom, so I'm not really counting them for Kingdom figures. And the only other Kingdom figure from Wave 1 and 2 that I have not gotten yet is Inferno. And that's because I'm still on the fence on him. So if you think Inferno is good and I should pick him up, let me know, because I'm still undecided on whether I want to get Inferno or not. And if I ever see him in the store, I probably will grab him. Anyway, we got a lot of figures to rank and talk about today, so let's get right into it. All right, coming in at number 17 is our first member of the Core Class, that being Core Class Optimus Prime. Now, there's nothing particularly wrong with Core Class Optimus Prime. I actually really enjoy the Core Class and the G1 figures from Core Class specifically. I think going back to a more Legends style of figure is fantastic. There was a period in my collecting life where that was pretty much all I got, was the Cyberverse, the Legion, and the Commander class figures. So I don't have a lot of Transformer Prime bigger scale figures. So getting to see these guys return to this little small form is great. And Optimus Prime in particular isn't really bad, but I just like all the other ones better, you know, if that makes sense. He kind of retains the classic Optimus Prime transformation. He's got the scheme, but something that the G1 Core Class figures do really well is they scale wonderfully with Titan Class figures, and I can't wait to put these guys with the Titan Class arc coming out later this year. All right, coming in at number 16, another Core Class, we've got Core Class Megatron. And I like Core Class Megatron better than Prime because I like his paint scheme better. I like the transformation better. Plus, this one addition right here, you get this little gun that vaguely looks like Megatron's pistol mode from the original series, but it also doubles as a way to get the little scope on the back of Megatron. So one little accessory that is great. You get a nice, quick, easy tank Earth-styled Megatron for $10. You can't really go wrong. Number 16, Core Class Megatron. Breaking the top 15, we've got number 15, Deluxe Black Arachnia. Now, Black Arachnia is only so low just because everyone else is so good. Deluxe Black Arachnia, she's got a couple problems. Her leg articulation's a little bit hindered, and you know, just some things. Spider mode, though, I really enjoy the spider mode. Transformation can be a little messy compared to everybody else's. Everyone else's is a little nice and streamlined, but Black Arachnia's is a lot of flipping and putting things in spots. It's a little messy and a little weird, but overall, she's not bad. She looks really good, and in both modes as well. But just a testament to show how great all the other figures are. Coming in at number 14, back to the Core Class, we've got Core Class Vertebrake. She is a fossilizer and a brand new character, and I love that they've started implementing some brand new characters into Kingdom. They kind of started to introduce it a little bit in Earthrise with the modulators. They didn't really have robot modes before or personalities. They were just there. But these guys, the fossilizers, they're all brand new characters, and I really enjoy that. And I love the fossil modes on each of them. And I'll talk about the other ones later. But Vertebrake here is one of the better Core Class figures. She's brand new. Her transformation is nice and really fun, and she looks fantastic in both modes. Coming in at number 13, we're almost done with the Core Class here. We got a couple more. Core Class Starscream. This guy was a huge surprise out of package. His transformation is so fun. Flipping between both modes is an absolute joy, and he looks spectacular. I did not expect that out of Core Class Starscream, but man, this is fantastic. If they're going to repaint him in other Seeker colors, I'm going to get all of them, because having a mini Seeker collection is going to look super cool. And that takes us to number 12, back to another deluxe figure. We've got Ractonite from Kingdom Wave 2, another fossilizer, another brand new character. And there's nothing wrong with Ractonite here. I really like him. I really like his design. I just don't like him as much as some of the other ones, particularly the other fossilizer, obviously Paleotrex, who we'll get to. But I love the way these designs look. They're so out there and they're so cool. And I like the ability to take them apart, do the modulating and whatnot. I don't get into that as much as other people do. So my main gripe with the bigger fossilizers is that I wish they had more streamlined transformations like Vertebrake. And coming in at number 11, speaking of fossilizers, is Paleotrex, my personal favorite of the fossilizers so far, because he is a T-Rex, my favorite dinosaur. You're going to see a recurring theme with the dinosaurs here. But I think his robot mode looks much better than Ractonite's. I like the weird aesthetic of the longer arms compared to the legs deal. I like the battle mask that can also be Optimus Primal's mace. The one thing I will give Ractonite over Paleotrex is Paleotrex's weapon is a little lazy. It's just the end piece of the tail put there and as a sword, whereas Ractonite got his tip of the tail as sort of a more spear. So it kind of works out better. But putting these two side by side, they both look fantastic together in both modes. And I can't wait to have Wingfinger with them so that we can start getting like a museum of fossilizers. And we have hit the top 10, and we have our first leader class of the top 10, that being leader class Earth mode Ultra Magnus. And the reason he's only at number 10 is because I don't necessarily think we needed this figure, but he is incredible. If you didn't get the Siege Ultra Magnus and you were holding out for an Earth version, this is one of the best Ultra Magnuses in my personal opinion. And honestly, I have a hard time picking whether I like the Siege version over this version. You guys know I gave the Siege version lots of high praise. I love that. And the reason I picked this one up is because I love the mold and I love the character, so I was excited to grab another different version of it. There was enough differences between Siege and Earthrise for me that made it work. I think he looks spectacular in all his modes. His smaller Optimus Prime mode looks good. His vehicle mode looks really good despite the gappage and the hands. But overall, like the Earth mode details on this one, they just look incredible. I didn't want to miss out on him. But if you're happy with the Siege version, you probably don't need the Earth mode version. I wanted to have both because I like them. All right, coming in at number 9, we've got our final core class figure, Rat Trap. This guy I was really looking forward to because Rat Trap is great. He's a fun character. We all love Rat Trap. And I was really looking forward to him as well after the Thrilling 30 version has been out for a little while, and I was looking forward to seeing what they did next with Rat Trap. I was a little worried that his transformation wasn't going to be as fun or as ingenious as Thrilling 30 Rat Trap, but they blew that out. This Rat Trap is awesome. Transforming him back and forth, just like all the other core class figures, is so fun, and they're so easy that you can just fiddle with them and don't even have to think about it. You can just do it. And articulation on him for being such a small guy is also pretty crazy. So that is Kingdom Rat Trap. Coming in at number 8, we have the heroic leader of the Maximals, Optimus Primal himself. I was so excited about getting a new version of Optimus Primal, and this guy is pretty awesome. Robot mode looks spectacular. He's got lots of different weapon options with the swords. He's got his pop-out blasters here on the wrists as well. The cannons coming out from the back. Transformation it's fun. It's show accurate and fun at the same time, turning him into both modes. And the gorilla mode also has a lot of different variety to it. You can do him standing up like the traditional Optimus Primal, or you can have him standing hunched over like a traditional gorilla. I think it's really neat, and I really like the aesthetic of making all the Kingdom animal figures more real animal based rather than cartoon animal based. I think it gives the figures a nice aesthetic. that I really, really enjoy. So I'm really loving all these Kingdom Beast figures. Coming in at number 7 is Deluxe Airazor, another Maximal, and this one also came with some awesome surprises. I was really looking forward to Airazor, and she did not disappoint at all. I thought transformation into bird mode was going to be something super simple, but there's lots of cool things that they do with it that make it really fun to transform back and forth. The wings have so much variety in how you can pose them in bird mode that it's really, really awesome to pose her in either mode. She has articulation all over the place for both modes, and she just looks absolutely gorgeous in both modes. We're getting to the figures now that I really, really, really like, and I don't really have lots of downsides to say about any of them because they're all so good. And coming in at number 6, we've got Deluxe Huffer from Wave 2. Man, I have to say, since Earthrise, what they've been doing with the mini-bot characters has been some of my favorite stuff of all the Generations line in the past couple of years. I love that they've been doing mini-bots that are bigger scale and have super cool transformations to them. I'm a huge fan of the Cliffjumper and the Bumblebee from Earthrise, the Huffer and the Warpath we're going to see here in a little bit from Kingdom. I really hope they continue this trend of filling out the mini-bot roster. I hope we can get a Sea Spray and a Cosmos eventually in this same style as everybody else, because man, ever since I've got Huffer, I have not been able to put him down. Transforming this guy back and forth is so fun. He looks fantastic in both modes. The truck mode is awesome. You can give him Optimus Prime's trailer. I don't have enough good things to say about Huffer and the other mini-bots. All right, speaking of mini-bots, it is time to crack the top 5. Coming in at number 5 is Warpath, one of my probably all-time favorite Transformer characters. I love Warpath so much, and I really wasn't sure if this one was going to outshine the previous Generations version. That figure's going on about 10 years old at this point, which is kind of hard to believe, but I think they did it. I really, really like this Warpath. He looks very cartoony, which some people don't really like, but he's got the big feet, he's got the little dumb turret here, he's got the overhanging treads. This Warpath kills it in both modes. His transformation is absolutely fun, just like the other mini-bots I've mentioned. So I really, really hope that Hasbro and Takara continue this mini-bot trend that they've gone on in the deluxe class, because I would love to have a full-scale deluxe class mini-bot collection. And coming in at number 4 is going to be Deluxe Cheetor. I have so much fun with this figure. I've seen a lot of people, maybe not a lot, but I've seen some discourse online of people not really caring for this Cheetor that much, but I absolutely adore this Cheetor. I don't really mind that the light blue versus the dark blue. I might grab the Netflix version just so I can have 2 different ones, but man, this Cheetor, he looks great in both modes to me personally. I actually really like the blue. The light blue on him I think works really well. Transformation into cheetah mode also is so fun. Yes, I miss Gut Gun just as much as everybody else, but I also like Tail Axe. I think Tail Axe is also pretty cool and a pretty good weapon for Cheetor. So overall, you can't really go wrong with Kingdom Cheetor. Coming in at number 3, we've got Voyager Cyclonus. Now, if you watched my ranking of the Studio Series 86 bots, you'll know that I put Scourge pretty down low, mostly due to his transformation and some other aesthetic things. But those problems I mentioned about Scourge, they're not around for Cyclonus. Cyclonus is beautiful from every angle, all around. He is spectacular. His transformation is genius. The way they're able to make this thing fold up and extend out into a honestly huge looking vehicle mode is just amazing. This feels like he should have been the Studio Series figure just because of how he's engineered, and Scourge should have been the Kingdom figure. But anyway, and overall in robot mode, he also just looks spectacular. Cyclonus is great, and I really hope Kingdom Galvatron is on the same level as Cyclonus, and I can't wait to have Scourge, Cyclonus, and Galvatron all together. Coming in at number 2, we've reached the top 2. We've got Kingdom or Voyager Dinobot. This guy was one I was very, very, very much looking forward to. Dinobot is one of my favorite Beast Wars characters. I think he's one of everybody's favorite Beast Wars characters. He is just one of the best. He is literally one of the best. And this figure absolutely does him justice. His head sculpt is something that I love. His head sculpt looks fantastic. His articulation is great. His weapons here look great as well. And my only gripe with him is his hips are a little wobbly. I don't know if that's just mine, but anyway, transformation, the first time I did it, I loved it, fell in love. I think it's genius how they're able to get this into the Velociraptor mode. I think Velociraptor mode also looks spectacular, and I haven't stopped loving the transformation or both of the modes. I think overall Kingdom Dinobot is the best representation of Dinobot we've ever had in toy form. And that's comparing it to the Masterpiece, which I don't actually own, but I've seen stuff on, and Kingdom Dinobot just seems like a much better figure than the Masterpiece. Don't come after me. And that leaves us at number 1. If you've been following along with who I've picked and who I haven't, I think you're gonna know who this is. Yes, it's time for Megatron. Yes, we love Beast Megatron. Beast Megatron has always been one of my personal favorite interpretations of Megatron, partly because, yes, he turns into a T-Rex, but also, look at this design. How can you go wrong with this design? It is phenomenal and spectacular, and transforming this guy is so fun. It keeps, just like Primal, it keeps that show and toy transformation accuracies, but it just enhances it to another level. This guy is so much fun, and he looks great in T-Rex mode. It's one of the most posable T-Rex Transformers that I have ever owned, or that I've ever seen, not counting some third-party Black Magic ones going on. But this Megatron is absolutely amazing. If you are able to grab this Megatron, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Even if you're not a huge fan of Beast Wars in particular, this figure is just one amazing, impressive figure. And I think everyone is going to love it, because I love it a lot. This guy rocks. All right, Cybertronians. That is all I have for you today. I know I did, seemed like a lot of talking, maybe not a lot of in detail as I usually give on some of my other rankings, but I had a lot of figures to get through here, and I didn't want to take up too much time. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for tuning in, and Cybertronians, I will see you next time. I think Tail Axe is... I dropped it.